Hello and welcome to jasonnewland.com. My name's Jason Newland. Please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. This is Let Me Bore You to Sleep, and this is Monday's Boring Objects. That was loud, wasn't it? What I thought I would do, I've just seen something, AI created teaser trailer, Disney teaser trailer, AI created Snow White starring Samuel Jackson, and got Samuel Jackson dressed as Snow White, and it's just a funny picture. So hey, he's still, I don't think there's anything he couldn't pull off. He's, I don't know, Samuel L. Jackson. What if they put Samuel Jackson and they didn't put the L for copyright issues? Maybe. I've got a Facebook page called Jason Newland's Boring Group. It's a Facebook group, so please join. The YouTube channel at Jason Newland, where I have thousands of videos. I've also got my latest one, which I did. I can't even say the word of it. Pronounce the word. Let me bore your pagophobia away, and that's like swallowing phobia or fear of swallowing. So I did that earlier, specifically because the other day I was taking Vinny out. Can you hear that? Someone shouting in the garden. Can you hear that? Every day. Like sometimes 4 in the morning, sometimes 11 at night. Like, rah, 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 rah. And yeah, so I was here, I think it was Saturday, either Friday or Saturday morning, in the park with Vinny, talking to some people, and one of the people mentioned that their grandchild had this condition. So I thought, well, I'd offer my help, and of course I still need to, go through the medical processes and stuff to eliminate, which is what he's going through. But I did offer my help. I said, well, two things. I used to counsel children, and not that I'm not offering counselling, but I can maybe help, with some hypnosis techniques and stuff. You'll be in a room with me. I'll come around yours, and you'll be there with me, sitting with him or her, whoever the kid was. So it's just, I thought it'd be a nice thing to offer, but they didn't get back to me. I gave them my email address. I didn't have, and my website. I never go out. I just didn't have my telephone number on me. But I've offered my services to local people on 1, 2, 3. Can you hear that? Blimey. Can you imagine having such a loud voice, but not knowing it's loud? The ironic thing is, the garden where the dog is, they shout for the dog, is literally, it's tiny. It's not like they've got to travel the other side of a field or something. Go figure. Well, so I did this recording, thinking, because I didn't get back to me, and I think it's because maybe I'm a bit weird. I come across as a bit weird to people. I don't know what it is, or maybe they think that, why are you offering this service, but you're not charging, or I guess they don't. They just see me as a dog walker, not as someone that maybe can do something, that has something to offer. See? Wonder how much louder she's going to get. How loud is that on the microphone? Blimey. So I did this recording. Let me bore your it's either phagophobia or pagophobia. I think pagophobia would probably sound better than the other one, because that sounds a bit wrong. Yeah, so what I'll do is I've made those recordings, uploaded them to the podcasts. Just, I guess, you never know. Maybe the child in question never gets to hear it, but maybe, and it's not just for kids, it's for anyone. It might be useful to someone out there who's having issues with swallowing, who has a fear due to previously had a choking incident or something like that. So that's why I did it. I thought I'd put it out there. There's a little bit of humour in it. It's not, it's not like super serious recording. It's about 43 minutes long, I think. 43 minutes, 46 minutes. It's not really that important, is it? But it's 42 minutes and 3 seconds. Did it this morning. It's okay. I mean, it might be a pile of crap, but it's let's be honest, I don't know. But it might be useful to someone. And the only thing they're going to lose is that the worst case scenario is that the person listening to it either feels a bit more relaxed at the end of it, maybe has a giggle, has a laugh during it, and perhaps feels that they've wasted 42 minutes of their life. That's the worst case scenario. Best case scenario is that it actually helps. And yeah, so that's it. That's why I did that recording. I've been pretty good with the old Let Me Bore You to Sleep podcasts. I've done one every day since I don't know. It's been a while. That's weird. Wait a minute. Sunday papers, Monday. I didn't upload Monday Boring Objects. Okay. I did, but not on YouTube. Unless I did a video. It's possible. Did I do a video? Monday Boring Objects? Clearing windows. Whisper, 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 whisper. 29th of March. Sunday's papers. Trivia Tuesday. Oh. That's weird. Never mind. 6. Oh no, that last Sundays. Sundays. Whisper Wednesdays, Trivia Tuesdays, Sunday papers. Maybe I didn't do a Monday's Boring Objects last week. I can't remember. Let's have a look. Did I? Moving Things, Whisper Wednesdays, Trivia Tuesdays. I did. The doc job. DOCK. Job. Monday's Boring Objects. So I did do one last Monday. And did the Sunday papers. So yeah, every day. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and now Monday. So that's 9 days in a row that I've made a Let Me Bore You to Sleep. I'm going to talk about Big Brother, the TV show. That's my Monday's Boring Objects. Because it starts today at 9 PM again, and it's a celebrity version. And I am looking forward to it. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. which is why I'm making this recording at 4:38 p.m. as opposed to 7:38 p.m. because I want to get it done while I've got the energy. Not get it done like it's a chore, but have it all completed, and then I can relax and watch Celebrity Big Brother. Yes, 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 yes. So that would be groovy. So I'm just going to think back to the Big Brother. I'm trying to think when did Big Brother start? Was it 2000? Big Brother UK. I think it was 2000, the very first episode. I know it was based on Danish. Was it Danish? Yeah, it was 2000. 2000 was the first series. And let's have a look. 2000 to 2010 on Channel 4. And then Channel 5 had it from 2011 to 2018. And then it started again in 2023. So having that 4 years off, or 5 years, 4 years or whatever off, I think it was good. Because it was nice to have a break from it, in a sense of realising that, or just how excited I was when it came back in 2023. I know it's not for everyone, not everyone's going to like it, but some people like different things, which is why there's so many different types of programs on. But I loved it right from the start. Now, I don't know what date it was it started. I'd watch it during the week in 2000, but I never got a chance to see, and it's probably repeated on a Sunday maybe, which I think it was, the eviction. I think it was repeated on a Sunday morning, but I never got to see the eviction live, apart from maybe once, because I was always busy on a Friday night, and eviction night's always Friday. Although launch night, I'm pretty sure, used to be a Friday as well, but this one's starting on Monday for some reason. I'm pretty sure last launch night was Sunday. So I would watch it all the way through the week. So, and I'm pretty sure it was on Sundays, or it might not have been. I think they've always taken one day off. Maybe they haven't. It's not. I'm not 100%. But nowadays they have it on Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. Oh yes, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday's eviction night. And then they have Saturday night off, like on the TV show. They don't all go home. They still stay in the house. I think part of the reason, really, and it makes sense, because on the Friday, they've used so much of the Friday up already for the eviction night, because they've shown stuff that happened just before the eviction, and they showed the eviction live. So really Saturday, on Sunday they can show part of Friday, like after the eviction, and then the Saturday. So it kind of makes sense to have a day off. And I really liked it right from the very, very start. Oh yeah. I don't know what it is about it. I like the idea. I guess, it is a psychological study. That's what it was originally. And I still think of it as being that. really. Watching people's interactions and the personality clashes. I'm not. No, I don't watch it just for the arguments. That's just the bonus, I guess. Because it can be funny. It can. Sometimes it can be a little bit gringy, a little bit awkward, unnecessary. Or even playing up for the cameras. There's a little bit of that sometimes. But after a certain amount of time, after a few days, the persona that the person has seems to drop a little bit. The mask drops because they're being filmed 24 hours a day. It's hard to keep up a pretense 24 hours a day. Plus, it's it's natural for us to be a little bit different in different situations. I'm much more relaxed when I'm sitting at home than I am when I'm walking through the streets. When I say walking through the streets, I'm not talking about plying for trade. I'm just saying walking through the streets. I don't, I'm a bit more on guard, a bit more alert when I'm out. If I'm walking in shops or whatever. Not that I go out that much, but when I'm sitting here, it's relaxed. There's a different feeling. And I'm sure that if I was in a Big Brother house, which I never will be, I would probably hate every second of it. Sleeping in a room with no. I've lived in a dormitory. Didn't like it then. No. Yeah, that wouldn't suit me. I mean, I think it would go two ways. I mean, first of all, I couldn't fit the criteria of, there's a degree of falseness that happens in the house, in the one in the UK. Does America have Big Brother? I don't even know. I know they have it all around the world, but Big Brother USA. They do. See, I would like to see now. I don't know why. Why can't we just have like a channel? And this is going to seem weird, but I bet you anything that it would get probably millions of views every day if there was a channel like an app, like YouTube kind of channel, so people can watch on TV or on their phone or whatever. Just Big Brother. And every series from every country, from every year. Just in categories, and people can watch it. Millions of views every day. That's what I think. Just charge £1 a month. They'll have millions of pounds coming in a month. It'll be a bit of a, that's what I think about some of the really old TV shows, or I don't know, every episode. So I'd like to have access to every episode of stuff that I've watched, or even radio shows, just to have that. I'm trying to think, there was one thing that I thought about, it'd be good to have access to every episode, but I can't think what it is right now. Maybe it was Big Brother. Possibly it was. And very likely I'd watch every episode from start to finish. Well, for a while, and then I'd probably get fed up with it, but the format was so different. I did actually watch the launch show for the very first Big Brother in the UK, and it wasn't glamorous at all. They were almost like walking in dirt, getting to a warehouse in the middle of nowhere, which was just up the road from where I lived. It was on the Docklands somewhere, I think. And if I'm correct, it was in the same place as where the big breakfast used to be filmed, around that area, but I might be wrong. Stores narrated by Dave Walsh. Okay, Philip Proctor. Oh, blimey, let's go back. We've had a lot of American actors and singers and stuff in the UK Big Brother, but I've got no idea who's been in the American version. And I mean, if they do a celebrity version or not, I don't know. Do they? Anyone? So 2000 July, 70 episodes. Then they've had 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, 18. Okay, right, so there was a celebrity. There's been 26 years, or 26, 26 seasons of Big Brother in America. The last one was finished October last year. So I'm just wondering, did they do a... There's one here that says OTT. What does OTT stand for? I'm confused now. But yeah, celebrity. I don't know if they did a celebrity version or not. I'm just looking through it. But what they did have, which I found interesting, in the very first Big Brother in the UK. I'm going to stop saying UK because it's the only one I've ever watched. So, in the UK Big Brother, I can't stop saying it now. There was a live feed which you could watch, and it was on... You know what? I don't even know where it was on. Where could you watch it? I think it was on Channel 4 during the night, but they also had it on during the day as well, so I don't know if you had to go online to watch it. But what they did is, whenever anyone swore or talked about something that was perhaps controversial, like in the background here, you'd hear the birds singing. So they'd basically muffle out their voices and have the birds wee, 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 like that for a bit of time, which got a little bit annoying, because I wanted to hear what they were saying, because that's the bits you want to hear, isn't it? The bits you're not supposed to, the bits you're not allowed to. I want to hear those bits. Vinny's not eating his dinner today. It's a bit annoying. No, come on, Vinny. You know you don't bark. You do not bark when we're doing a recording. I hope that wasn't too loud. It's just a little bark, so hopefully it's okay. He's now licking my foot. Oh, good girl. So there was that. Yeah, there was the live stream. I don't know if I actually watched the very first episode or not. I think I did, though, because I've been interested in psychology for most of pretty much my whole adult life. It's just interests me. Maybe not enough to complete a degree, but hey, I was interested in the subject. It fascinates me, like the human mind, and trying to figure out why people do and say what they do and say, just trying to figure it out. And yes, it's difficult. But I just thought it was a really, really interesting experiment to put all these people who didn't know each other together inside. Vinny, if you bark, we will be having words. I don't mind you got a little like that, which isn't a bark. And we're quite early in the recording, so hopefully it's not disturbed anyone. But if you start doing that when we're like a little bit further in, I will be so disappointed. I won't be angry. I'm not angry, I'm just passionate. Okay. I'm shouting, but I'm not angry, I'm passionate. Okay, you're not angry, you're passionate. Okay, good, okay. Sure. There's someone slamming doors downstairs, so I don't know who that is. So yeah, I remember watching it, and it was quite good because I'd be busy on a Friday night, but then on a Saturday morning I might have actually recorded it on video from the Friday night, but I do believe my memory is telling me that they used to replay the live final on a Saturday morning, so I would see it on a Saturday morning. Maybe it was a Sunday morning, but I would watch it. So yeah, it was quite difficult to avoid it though, because it was big news at the time. Right, I just had to take a slight little break there because Vinny was getting a little bit interested in whatever was going on downstairs or upstairs or in the garden, I don't know. Bit of banging. I mean, my neighbour's still having his kitchen done, so it might have been that. Although he's been pretty good today. As long as I keep him in the living room, keep the door closed, make sure there's some music or the telly's on as a distraction, he's fine. So where was I? I've got some bones coming from at some point. I tell you, the Amazon delivery driver, they got a new thing where it doesn't even come up. Well, I say he or she doesn't even come upstairs. They just chuck the package outside the door. My neighbour opposite, they literally put it left it in the hallway. Like and mine, they just, because they're not on camera, so I can see they haven't actually come upstairs. Which means I can never buy anything breakable. Just can't trust them. If they're chucking stuff, not being gentle with things, then I sometimes think, I don't know if Amazon offer this service. Do they offer the opportunity to pay for delivery so that it actually gets delivered by the post office and not by Amazon? So it's more likely it's going to get delivered with a bit of care. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not best impressed with Amazon delivery these days. Ever since my microwave was dropped down the stairs twice. I got it on camera. I really should put it on YouTube. Yeah, it's a bit weird. I don't know if they just not aware that parcels shouldn't really be dropped. I thought that would be, I mean, it wasn't his fault. The person who dropped it down the stairs, wasn't his fault that he dropped it. It slipped out of his hands twice. But then he didn't do anything about it. He just still put it onto the my doorstep, and it was a box with a microwave on the outside, so you could see it was a microwave, and it was damaged. So if he had anything about him, he would have knocked and said sorry. I didn't even complain about him. I got a refund, but I just couldn't be bothered to make a complaint. But you'd think that whoever was in that situation would have, I don't know what it is. What would be the right, I don't know what the right term is, but I mean, the thing was rattling. He must have heard it rattling, because once he'd dropped it down the stairs twice. The third time he went all the way up to the stairs and climbed onto the roof and dropped it down. Bless him. So yeah, that was weird. I remember my neighbour downstairs calling me and saying, "Is that your microwave?" I said, "Yeah, how do you know I've got a microwave?" She said, "Oh, I saw the delivery driver dropping it down the stairs twice." I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah, come down." So I went down. She might just sent it to me, but I think I went down and looked at it. I still got it on my phone. I see if it's still on here. Is it still on here, or have I lost it? Let's have a look. I don't know where it is. Where would it be? 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 No, can't find it. I don't know where it went then. I wonder where it went. That's weird. It was definitely this year, wasn't it? Yeah, it was this year. In January. It was probably 2 months ago. Probably-ish. Probably about 2 months ago. Let's have a look where. No, that's very unusual. No, can't find it. No, it's gone. Maybe I deleted it. It's probably just saved on the iCloud, probably. Ah, videos. Okay, 62 videos. That's just mainly Vinny. What's that one? Oh no, it's the washing machine. It's Vinny. What I'm filming. I've got a few videos of Vinny. Well, nearly all of them are actually, to be fair. Blimey. I need to have a vacuum. A vacuum. Yeah, anyway, Big Brother. I'm trying to think. I remember I watched it in 2000. I don't even know if I watched it in 2002 because 2001, because I was evicted from where I was living. So I wonder. Let me have a look. So series 1. Is this the American or the UK one? Blimey, come on. Big Brother. I'm on Wikipedia, but it's just taken ages. Big Brother. No, it's American series. I go back to UK series. No. Oh, it's a different page. Right, got it. So that was winners: Craig Phillips, Brian Dowling, Kate Lawler, Cameron Stout, number 4, 4th year, Paul Brennan, don't remember that, Nadia Almada, remember that. Oh, that was the teen Big Brother. I don't remember there being a teen Big Brother. I don't remember that. It was pre-recorded between the 30th of July and the 8th of August 2003. Where was I living then? 2003, I would have been living in the YMCA. I mean, I probably would have watched it if it was on TV, because back then, got itchy back. Mind you, I was doing shifts. So I was doing, sometimes I wouldn't finish work till 9, which means the earliest I'd get home would probably be 9:30, 20 to 10. Yeah, so that wouldn't be, what was it, 8 or 9? I don't remember. 8 or 9? Maybe 9. I'm pretty sure at that time I was working, there was like lots of different shift patterns. It wasn't just 2 different shift patterns, like sometimes you get, 2 to 6, 6 till 2. And maybe, maybe 3 shift patterns if you do night shift as well, which is just no good, to be fair. For me, I could do night shift. I've done night shift in the past. I could be up all night, but only if I'm up all night constantly. I can't be up all night one week and then be doing a 2 in the afternoon till 10 at night the next week. That would have ruined me. In my second insurance job, they had a different shift pattern. They had what was it? They had a morning, so there was an overlap. Was it 8 till 5? Was it 8 till 5? 8 till 5, I don't know. But there was 2 different shift patterns. One of them was 2 till 10. Or was it 2 till 9? Or 1 till 9? 1 till 9. But then on a Friday, it finished at 2. You're going from... No. Yeah, on a Friday, that's it. On a Friday, you go in from 9 till 1. And then you'd have the rest of the weekend off. All afternoon Friday, Saturday all day off, Sunday all day off, and then go back again 2 o'clock. So it might have been 2 till 10 or 1 till 10, something like that. I think it was like a longer shift, but then a shorter day on Friday. That's the one I changed to. I said to him, can you just put me on the late shift every week, because it suits me. Just a little bit of consistency, you see. And they did, and then they changed it, and that's when I changed department, because I just needed that regular shift pattern. And the weird thing about it is, and this isn't necessarily related to Big Brother, it's amazing how many different... Okay, relax. How many different people, winners of Big Brother, went on to be on TV. So Craig Phillips, he had a self do it yourself kind of show thing. Brian Dowling was a TV host. He was a winner. Kate Lawler has done lots of TV. And I'm just looking through this just off the top of my head. I mean, Helen Wood. Oh, not just the winners, but also Helen Adam. No. Okay, that's not a good example. There's quite a few. Josie Gibson, that's it. Josie Gibson. She won it in the 11th season, 11th series, and she's still on TV. She's a big TV host now. Does like morning TV. So at the moment she's probably at the top of the list, really. And then Helen Wood. She was the really scary one, I think. So yeah, I changed the shift. What I decided was I didn't really want to be in a sales environment anymore. I needed a change, but I didn't want to leave the company because I liked working there. It was a nice place. It was, I was going to say, it wasn't close to where I lived. It was a 50-minute walk, but it was close to town. And yeah, I wanted to stay there. So what I did, and this was December 2000. Oh, wait a minute. Because I started there in 2004. I think it was August, because before that, because I worked at Churchill, and I left. What's going on here? Blimey. It keeps skipping to like different shows. So I'm trying to think. 2000. Can we just get the years? Oh, right. Series 2, Series 5. That was 2004. So yeah, during Series 5 of Big Brother, that was the year I started working in the call centre, selling, or sales, car insurance. But then at the end of 2005, that was Nadia, she won that one, Big Brother. And it's 2005 December, I applied to change roles to work in a different department in the insurance company. I mean, I'm sure Nadia Almada didn't know anything about it, and she was a trans lady, so she was probably one of the first famous trans females on TV at that time, I would say, possibly. I'm pretty sure she was from Portuguese, yeah. So she was Portuguese. And it's weird because she won it. And then she came back in the Ultimate Big Brother. So she won the year 5. She came back between 11 and 12. So they did the Ultimate Big Brother and brought back loads of the winners from the previous years. And Nadia was pretty much booed out of the show. It's almost like they didn't like her anymore. It's weird because she was so popular. I mean, the fact that she won it obviously shows that she was popular, but she was so lovely in the show. But in the Ultimate one, I think she had the ump, I think. She was annoyed. But another one, Brian Bello, he was really good. I liked him a lot. Brian Bello won Big Brother 8. And let's have a look. But he was also in the Ultimate Big Brother, which was August 24th, 2010, 2 days before my birthday, 2 days before I was 40. Can you even believe that? How ridiculous is that? I'm now 73. Can you believe? And it went on to the 10th of September 2010. And Brian Dowling won that, so he was one of the winners previously. He won that, and Nicky Graham came second. Nicky Graham, when did Nicky Graham come second in any other ones? Because weird, because Nicky Graham is one of the most famous UK Big Brother contestants. She didn't win it. She didn't even come second according to this, apart from in the ultimate one. But she was one of the most memorable for any Big Brother fan. There's no Big Brother fan who doesn't know who Nicky Graham is. Really. I mean, Mr. Stutter, I guess you could be a Big Brother fan from the last, from 2023 onwards, and maybe not know previous winners. I mean, of course that's possible. But, hardcore original fans. But that's not really fair, is it? It doesn't matter if you've only watched one season or one series. If you're a fan of Big Brother, you're a fan of Big Brother. Because you can't go back in time, can you? Someone who's only, let's say 18, they can't go back 24, 25 years to watch the first season. And, so it's not fair on them. So, or someone that's 10 watching it for the first time. So, yeah. Although I'm not sure it's really suitable viewing for young people. Because it's a bit adult sometimes. They do say some naughty words. Naughty words. Naughty words. So Nicky Graham, okay. So I did this job. I applied to be working in compliance, and that job entailed listening to phone calls to basically just judge whether or not the calls were handled correctly and they asked the correct, proper questions in the right way and didn't miss out anything and were honest during the recording, all that stuff. So I applied for that job, and at this point, the previous sales manager had moved downstairs, and she was now in charge of the customer service. So we had a different sales manager upstairs who'd been there still for quite a while. And so I had the interview with my old sales manager. And she said, why? I said, why what? She said, why aren't you wearing trousers? No, she said, why? Why do you want to leave that job and come and do this? I said, well, firstly, if I'm going to sell it to you, I'm the most compliant person on the sales floor, which was true. And I was getting, every time I got 100, because we'd have 6 calls listened to every month, and for every 100%, which means everything was perfect, as far as their tick sheet goes, the 100% would get £25 for each call that they got, which was 100%, and then whoever got the most 100% would then win £100 on top. So that added the bonus. So there was me and one other person who we would kind of take turns winning it. We kind of one month I'd get the 100, then the next month she'd get the 100. But we'd all be getting generally I'd be getting at least 4 or 5 100%. So between the two of us, one of us would perhaps get 5 and the other one would get 6. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how it worked out. I think we both got exactly the same amount once, and they just gave us £100 each. Plus 25, 20, what's 6 25s? 25, 50, 100, 150. So that's £250 bonus. You know, I didn't get the £100 every month, but I did get an extra 100 or 125 or whatever. So yeah, it was pretty cool. So the manager, that's why I said, well, I know how it works. I'm the most compliant person, well, apart from one other person, but you know, pretty much the most compliant person on the whole sales floor. She said that's true. And also the managing director was at lunch. This is totally true as well. It might sound like I'm bragging, and I am, but the thing is, I wonder who's going to be on Big Brother tonight, because it's celebrity Big Brother. It's not just any old Big Brother, it's celebrity, and I don't even know one person that's going to be on there, and I'm quite happy about that, because I'm looking forward to being surprised. You know, I'm going to have it on and I'm going to be watching, like, just with glee. Someone asked me on Friday, what gives me joy? Big Brother. Launch night at Big Brother gives me joy. I don't know why, I just love it. I love Big Brother. I used to feel the same way about the X Factor. You know, back in the early days, I kind of pitted off a little bit with the X Factor over the years. But for many years, well over a decade, I loved it. You know, every Saturday night. I think I liked the fact it was just on once a week. And that was my Saturday night, watching X Factor. Loved it. It was the same kind of excitement as I would get for a big upcoming boxing event. It's a feel-good thing. And that's what Big Brother gives me. Because, you know, I make recordings and I do all this stuff. I don't look forward to the evening. There's nothing I'm looking forward to watch on TV. Because so much stuff is available to stream now, there's no sort of deadlines, there's no times for it. Apart from, you know, at the weekend when there's boxing on. If there's boxing on. Because then it's on at a certain time and it's a little bit constricted in a way, you know, compared to, it's like I have to be sitting and watching it right now. And that's when Vinny normally wants to go and do a poo. So I'm in having the interview, and she says, "Okay, so we agree with you. You're good at the compliance. This job will be easy for you." I said, "Thank you. I agree. I want to take it because it's easy for me." But she said, "Why do you want it?" I said, "Because of the hours." Firstly, I've had enough of sales. Because I just didn't want to do sales anymore. I didn't want to do sales to start with in that company, but I had to get a job, so just went back into sales. But I was happy to get out of, you know, the sales department. Even though, as I say, the managing director went to lunch with the sales manager and everything. And when the sales manager came back, he said that the director of the company, and this is true, I'm not even making this up, okay? He might be making it up, but I'm not making it up. He said that the managing director said that he wished that everybody on the sales floor was like me. Because then it would be so much better. And then he stopped. He said, yeah, apart from the smell, obviously. But, you know, if everyone washed, then that would be... And I thought, that's so rude. It made us laugh, but it's like, really? So, and everyone has to wear trousers. So I said, anyway, I said, what do you mean? He said, well, you do everything correctly. You don't sell the most, but you do sell well. But you do everything correctly, because a lot of the people that were selling more, they were getting more sales, but sometimes they were giving insurance. They were selling someone car insurance for a van, for a commercial vehicle, which meant the insurance wasn't even valid. And it was valid because it was the error of the company, but you know, it wasn't. They had to cancel the insurance, and then the salesperson would get that money taken off their wages. So sometimes they'd lose like hundreds of pounds off their month's money because of making a mistake. It happened once to me, I think. I didn't like that. It did happen once. I made a mistake, which is human. I class myself, technically, I'm living in a world full of humans, so I'm kind of, I live among you, live among them, and that was a bitter pill. Oh, really. I wonder if any of the... I do wonder though about the Big Brother tonight, because there was you know, there's always like a little bit of, you know, kind of little bit of teasing, little bit of tickling, a little bit of, you know, like it might be this person, it might be that person. And I think the only other series that they have that with is probably I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, Get Me Out of the Jungle program. And they quite often don't tell you exactly who's going to be in there until the last minute. And I don't watch that program because it's the arguments and stuff and the conversations and get to know celebrities. That's good, but I don't like the Tucker trials. I don't like it. I just don't like it. Everything else about it is good, but I think the reason why most people maybe watch it is the reason that I don't want to watch it. But then how am I supposed to? I don't know why people watch it, but anyway. And my manager said, why do you, well, this is the previous sales manager, now is the customer service manager. Why do you want to leave your sales position and come and work in customer service as a compliance officer? Just, you know, listening to calls on the phone all day. And I said, well, I'll be listening, you know, it's the hours. It's 8 till 5. Was it 9 till 5? I think it might have been 8 till 5. And Monday to Friday, had the weekends off, had my evenings off. That's what I wanted. Because I was living in a Buddhist community at the time, and I don't know, I just didn't want to do the sales anymore. I really wanted to get out of sales. And she did say to me, and it was also my future boss was there as well. I didn't really know him. I did kind of know him to talk to chat to, because he's the one that told me there was a job. Because so he used to come in. He was the IT man, or the IT person. So he did that as well as run the compliance department, because the compliance department only had 2 people in it, me and Pammy. And then there was him who was like managed it, and he'd do the overflow. He'd basically listen to some of the calls that we did to make sure that we were doing the job properly. Plus he was doing other stuff as well. It was kind of like the assistant to the boss. So he told, and so I used to see him every now and then. He'd come up if a computer went down or the system went down. He'd be in the sales office, like, doing stuff. So I got to know him a little bit, chatting to him. He's a very friendly bloke. And he told me there was a job downstairs in the compliance. So I said, can I apply? And he said, well, you have to go down and you have to speak to, what's her name? I said, who's what's her name? He said, he did say a name, but I can't remember what her name is. He didn't say what's her name. He was a bit more respectful than me. He actually used people's proper names. So that's what I did. So he was in the interview as well. And because he was going to be my manager. So the customer service manager, she said to me, okay, so you want the job, but you realise you're going to be losing £10,000 a year to do this. I hadn't really worked it out that it was going to be that much, but it was. Because I was earning 25 with the sales bonus and all that stuff. And the basic on this was going to be 14. So I said, yeah, it's fine. She said, are you sure? You're really willing to lose £200 a week? And I was like, okay. Yeah, but yeah, it's not about the money anymore. It's about, I just want to have a more relaxed time. I want to get out of sales. Sales was just not for me anymore. And she said, I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for the fact that you were good at what you do upstairs, we probably would just like give you the job right now. But we're going to have to talk to your manager upstairs. And I said, well, it's not really going to make that much difference. She said, why not? This bit I'm making up probably, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure I said to her, well, if you don't give me a job, I can't stay in sales. I don't want to work in sales anymore. I don't want to be doing shifts. That's why I want to come and do this job downstairs in the customer service, because I've had enough of sales. And she said, well, we'll let you know. And then that was it, and I got the job. So I started in December 2005. Yeah, 2005. So I'd been there for a year and 4 months. I remember I just sat at a desk at the back of the room, a big old room, and there was nothing for me to do. There was just a computer. And why is there nothing for me to do? They do the compliance. They do them. They've been doing it since I've been upstairs, and so why is there nothing to do? But they didn't. They were basically wanting to set up an area that could hold all three of us, because up to that point, Pam was doing all of them. Pam and the other bloke were pretty much doing all of them. And I was like, okay. So I don't know who else. I think there used to be someone else. I think what it was is the two of them could do it easy together between them, but the man, he started, because he was getting more and more duties elsewhere, doing other things with IT. So it got to the point where sometimes they weren't even doing 6. They weren't listening to 6 recordings a month, which was annoying because that meant I didn't get paid as much. With the bonuses and that. Who'd have thought that 98 out of 100 would be a disappointing mark? It's crazy, isn't it? But that's a difference. That's £25 that wasn't going in my pocket. The sales was quite good though, because the good thing, the payment structure, because they paid the monthly money, which was, I think it was 13,000 a year, basic, and then the bonus was paid weekly. So it's a monthly, monthly structure, paid. I just banged the desk. That metal thing has to go. I keep banging it. They'd pay monthly, so at the end of every month we get paid. I don't know, what's that, £1,000 or something? Was it 1,000? 12? Yeah, maybe 900, 920, or I don't know, whatever it was. And then we get a bonus of whatever we earned the previous week. So some people in there, they'd be getting like £500-600, because I was in no way was I even near being the top seller, but I made my money up with the compliance by doing the job properly. So yeah, I think the most I ever earned in 1 week was about, I think the compliance was paid as part of the monthly. That wasn't paid in the weekly. Yeah, that's it. So I got that paid extra. And because it was on the pay slip. So if sometimes I get an extra 250, sometimes it'd be like 125, depended. But with the actual sales, I think my best week was about 450, I think. But that was probably a one-off, maybe 350, 450. But I was nowhere in the top salespeople in that company. But the difference is everyone there was good. Anyone that was not able to hit the targets basically got let go. But with Churchill, you basically, you had to turn up in the office with the intention of farting in order to get a disciplinary. You just like almost, you had to wait for the managing director to turn up and just fart in front of him. I'm not saying you don't do that. I'm not saying anyone ever did that. I don't even want to talk about it, but they were a bit more nicer, I think, in a sense, towards the staff, because they needed the calls answered. It wasn't just about sales, because they were getting paid. They were getting penalised if they didn't answer the calls that came through. They had to answer a certain percentage of the calls because they were coming through from the bank, Lloyds TSB bank calls. That's my understanding of it. So even people that didn't sell much, at least they were answering the phone, which meant they were saving the company money, probably paying their wages just by answering the phone, really. So Big Brother starts at 9 o'clock on channel. It moved from channel 4 to channel 5, and now it's on ITV2. But the launch night is on ITV1. So, yeah. There's been quite a few hosts. Oh, Jade Goody's probably one of the most famous contestants as well. But she didn't win it. I don't know where she came, probably third. But she was one of the top ones. And then she was in the ultimate one as well, and that all kind of went a bit pear-shaped. That one, there was a lot of let me go on. I'm going to click on this because just to recount my memory of it. Ultimate format. Brian. What? Okay. Brian Nick. Okay. So let's have a look. So the entrance in the Ultimate Big Brother was Brian Dowling. He was a winner of Big Brother 2. He won it. A what? Yeah, he was the overall winner. So you had Brian Dowling, Nikki Graham. She was 5th place in Big Brother 7. She came runner-up in the Ultimate. And then you had the ones that were previous winners of Big Brother: Chantal Hooton and Ulrika Johnson, but she was a winner of Celebrity Big Brother. Oh, Chantal Hooton. This is funny. I remember that. Wow. Chantal Hooton. She basically came into Celebrity Big Brother, but with a secret. And her secret was she's not a celebrity. So they put her in as being like in a band, like a girl band, but she wasn't a celebrity, and no one knew who she was. But at the same time, not everybody on Celebrity Big Brother has always been like a big, like world famous name. I mean, some really have, but not everyone has. I mean, some of the Celebrity Big Brothers have been so good, like Coolio when he was on there, and Mini Me was on there as well, and so many. It's been great. So these are previous winners, but then she went on to win it even though she wasn't a celebrity to start with. And then she came 3rd place in the Ultra one, which is cool. So, ooh, Victor Abua. He was evicted because he got into, I think he's the one that got into an argument on Big Brother 5, but he came 4th place this time. And Nick Bateman. Nick. See, anyone that never watched any of the earlier Big Brothers, this was the very first series, and the rules of Big Brother, I mean, it's really hard to believe that this was even a thing, but this was headline news. And I think I'm partly making this up, but I do believe it was even mentioned in the Houses of Parliament by the Prime Minister. Seriously, what Nick Bateman did. Blimey. This job. I like working there, actually. I did, but the thing is, it was weird because I went from being one of the gang, but I was working in the sales floor, to knowing, you get to know everyone, even maybe not personally, but know everyone's name. And it wasn't a big sales floor. There was probably, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 40, probably 50, maybe 60 people when I worked there. They did increase it by about 3 times that. So they put in, they started getting team leaders and stuff and increasing. But there's probably maybe 50 or 60 people working there. And I pretty much knew everyone to speak to and say hello to and that. So I go from like being their colleague to marking their calls. And that didn't go down so well all the time. And I just had to explain to them that if you... the thing is, if they'd give you bonuses. So if you got 100%, you get £25. But if you got below 40%, 40% was the pass mark, I think, and that's not a particularly high level, is it? But I think 40, maybe it was 45% was the pass mark. Anyone got below that, they would lose money. And one person lost, they got below 40% or whatever on all 6 calls. So they lost, I think it might have been you lose £25. So he lost £150 from his money. And he was not happy. So he had the team leaders running around listening to the calls to check, saying, well, no, and I don't know I think it might be in a different department, not sales, maybe in, I think it was renewals. And every single one that he failed on. Like, they got someone to re-listen to it. I got Pam to listen to it, or my manager. And they seemed to be under the impression that I was going to give him a bad mark. For why? I wouldn't do that, Probably the most awkward one, the awkward situation was... Well, not as awkward as Nick Bateman in Big Brother. It was actually headline news, right? Why? Just because he wrote down messages with a pen or pencil that he smuggled into Big Brother, write down messages trying to manipulate the nomination process. Okay, he was, this is ridiculous now, but he was the, bear in mind this is 2000, so 25 years ago, blimey, he was the most hated man in Britain. He did nothing other than just write down a few messages. He didn't hurt anyone, but he was absolutely, I think he had to go into hiding. That's how ridiculous it was. It was so big. It was huge. Honestly, there's no way I can really explain to you how huge it was. Big Brother was so watched at that point. And so he went into the Ultra one and he came 5th. So he was ejected from Big... Oh no, Victor Ebua wasn't evicted. He was evicted, not ejected. Sorry, but Nick Bateman was ejected. And because for cheating. But it's so ridiculous. Preston, Big Brother 4, he got together with Chantal Houghton, and I think they got married. So they fell in love, and he came 4th then. He came 6th place in... I think they perhaps weren't together anymore when they went back into the house, so it's quite awkward. Ulrika Johnson was the winner of the Celebrity Big Brother 6, and she came 7th place in... Oh man, there was a really, really funny bit with Ulrika Johnson and Mini Me, and they were singing. This is in the Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother number 6. They sung a song together. It was so good. It was so funny. Vanessa Feltz, she was in Celebrity Big Brother 1. She got evicted from there, and she got evicted. She came 8th. She was evicted. Michelle Bass, Big Brother 5. Yeah, she was a character, but so she got evicted from Big Brother 5. But then she got a Big Brother. Yeah, so she was a character, so they put her in there because of that. And Vanessa Feltz, the character as well. Nadia Almada, Big Brother 5. Again, she won Big Brother 5. Really popular, like I said earlier. But then she was evicted. She's one of 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, she was a 1, 2, 3. The third person to get evicted. And then you've got Makosa Musambasi. Makosa Musambasi. Who's Makosa Musambasi? She was in Big Brother 6. I think I know Makosa. She was third place in Big Brother 6, but she got evicted. She was second to be evicted. Coolio, third place in Celebrity Big Brother 6. He was so, I was going to nearly said cool. He was great in Celebrity Big Brother 6 because he was also in the same one with Ulrika Johnson and Mini Me. And they were like a double act, them two. So good. But for some reason he got ejected from the Ultra Big Brother, and I don't remember quite why. Don't remember. That's weird, isn't it? There's got to be well, of course there was a reason. He must have done something or said something that people were upset with. Celebrity Big Brother 3, John McCriwick. He was he was evicted in the first one, Big Brother 3, and he was the first one to be evicted from the Ultra. And then Josie Gibson, she won Big Brother 11, but she walked out of the Ultra Big Brother. I need to know why. I need to know why. That's really going to bug me if I don't find out why. In the end, I worked in a compliance for longer than I think I worked in the sales department in that company. So I did December 2005. 2005? Yeah, 2005 until June 2007. So what's that? That's 1 year, 8 months. And basically because I'd gone part-time due to health issues, and which was fine. I mean, it's like that suited me really well. So I'd go in at, I don't know, 9 till 2, something like that, and like 5 hours, and it was perfect. 5 days a week, 5 hours a day. I could get lots done. Have one, quarter-hour break. That's all I needed. But that wasn't enough. They needed me to do more hours. So from pretty much September, October 2006 to June 2007, I was part-time. And then they called me into the office and said, I either have to go full-time or leave, or go back to full-time or leave. And I tossed and turned. I remember the manager saying, can you just wait till you get home to do that? And so I got up off the floor and I thought, I said, okay, I'll stay. And then the next day said, no, I'm not going to stay. And I kind of didn't know, because at the time things had come together for me. So at the beginning of 2006, that's when I really started making recordings online, doing free pain relief service for people during 2006, and started doing like group sessions. So come October, November 2006, once I started to recover a bit and from being a bit unwell, I was able to do more stuff after work, like more voluntary things. And I liked that. It was nice to do that, go and do some voluntary work, do some group relaxation sessions, maybe 2, 3, 4. I was doing like 5 or 6 group sessions a week in the like late afternoon or early evening. And then I kind of had to give that up if I went full time. So I decided, no, I'll just leave. And that's what I did. So I gave my notice, a month's notice. I left end of June, I think it was. And during that period, I applied to go to university to do counselling, and yeah, it all worked out. Well, you know, kind of, I suppose. I got my degree in that, so that was good. Oh, that'd be so cool, doing a degree. Like, I mean, a full-time, just going to college, going to university. That'd be in a subject, though, that really grabs me. Something, I don't know, something that I'm already good at. I just have to find something that I'm good at first. But it'd be nice to go and be already knowledgeable in something. Yeah. So I really don't know who's going to be on Big Brother this Sunday. Tonight, rather. Sorry, this Monday. It's Monday already, isn't it? At 9 o'clock. I've got to find out why Josie left Big Brother. So let's have a look. There's got to be something in here. Big Brother, Big Brother, Big Brother. In October 2000. Right. It was confirmed. After an interview with Davina McCall, she confirmed she was going to take part in Ultimate Big Brother, then re-entered the Big Brother house 18 minutes later. What? Blimey. So she went straight. They did Celebrity Big Brother immediately after the Big Brother series ended. I don't remember that. Blimey. Anyway, on day 3 of Ultimate Big Brother, Josie Gibson, who had literally just won Big Brother. Oh, I know, because she didn't want to stay in anyway. She'd had enough. She'd already served her time, and I don't think she just wanted to be there anymore. She realised missing her family or something. So you might think I'm reading this and I'm telling, but this is my memory now. Gibson walked out of the house while other housemates were nominating. It was confirmed that she was not returning to the Ultimate Big Brother house. She reunited with Parton, I don't know who Parton is, seconds after breaking out, as he was at the Big Brother compound recording a message for her. Her fellow housemates shared their sadness after her exit, with Ulrika Johnson crying, an eventual winner, Brian Dowling, predicting that she would have won if she had stayed. Who is John? Okay. She entered into her own... Really? In 2010, Gibson entered the Big Brother house, and throughout her stay she received 5 nominations for eviction, never faced the public vote. The public vote? The public vote. She entered into a romantic relationship with fellow housemate John James Parton, and upon leaving Big Brother, the couple confirmed they were dating. On day 66 of Big Brother 11, Gibson was selected by the other housemates to receive a ticket to the final. Oh, that makes sense then. So she's fallen in love with John James Parton during that season of Big Brother, And because she wins, she then gets put into the Big Brother Ultimate House. You know, she gets offered to be in there, but she goes in, but she's missing John James Parton, because that was her new boyfriend. And let's be fair, there's probably things they wanted to do that they weren't able to do on camera. I can't think what it is. I'm sure there was something. So yeah, and she literally, she had an interview with Davina McCall and confirmed she's going to take part in Ultimate Big Brother, and then re-entered the Big Brother house 18 minutes later. Now, she might have had those 18 minutes with John James Parton. I mean, that's enough for, well, with a rest and a cup of tea 3 or 4 times, and a biscuit and a sausage. I don't know who John James Parton is. Let's have a look. Is there a picture of him? John James Parton. John James. I don't know. So I wonder if they got married. Did her and John James Parton get married? I really don't know. I mean, she might be married. Did she get married? There's no way of knowing. It's none of my business, really, whether or not she got married to John James Parton. I'm just having a look. Personal life. Well, she did give birth to a son, Reggie James. So there's a real kind of, one name's not enough. I'm getting a sense there, don't you? Like, one name. I mean, she's got 3 names, 4 names, or 3. Josephine Diane Shirley Gibson. So I'm thinking then she meets another man that's got, well, another man, but a man called John James Parton. So I'm thinking he's got two names. She had 3 names. And she only really used to go by Josie. But I don't know if John James Parton went by John James or John. I mean, I would never call anyone with 2 names. Like, never. 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 One name. One name's enough for anyone. I don't think we need 2 names. Apart from Billy Bob. Billy Bob Thornton. I'd call him Billy Bob. I might call him Billy Bobby. Billy Bobby. Because, well, he's just probably the coolest actor in the world, I would say. Billy Bob Thornton. He's so good. So, yeah, I'm not... yeah, I've met a few people with 2 names and they just get 1. Sarah Jane. Sarah. Not calling her Sarah Jane. Sarah. Sorry. Those are the rules. I actually had this friend of mine, female friend, at school, change her name. And I would not call her by the name that she changed it to. I don't know why. I don't know why I was being... Because the thing is, I generally don't use people's names anyway. Because if I'm standing in front of them, they know who I'm talking to. I don't need to say their name if I'm talking to them. They're not a dog. You know, if I'm talking to Vinny, like, Vinny, come here. It gets his attention because he recognises his name. And he often ignores me. But if it's a human being, then you're just you and them talking. Unless you're going to talk about them, there's no reason to use their name. Or if you're phoning for them and sort of asking, yeah, is Sarah there? Sarah? Don't know one called Sarah. No, Sarah with the bluer hair. Don't know what's that. Sarah with the blue hair, 16 piercings, facial piercings. No, don't know. Okay, Sarah Jane. Oh, Sarah Jane, yeah, Sarah Jane. She's just there with me. There you go. Okay, brilliant. No, double barrel. Don't even get me started on double barreled names. Brr. I don't really care. I just don't see the point. Although I did have a girlfriend once, and she said to me, "If we ever have kids, you're going to the kid is going to have a double barreled name. They'll have my surname and your surname." I said, "Okay." She said, "You all right with that?" I said, "Yeah." So I said, "Okay, cool." So I got to pop out. She said, "Where are you going?" "Get some condoms." So I'm not having a kid with a double-barreled name. We laughed. But she did. She said either a double-barreled name or the kid's going to have my surname. Like her surname. Like, what? How about a bit of tradition? I know, you could say, yeah, but tradition, how far do you want to go back? Slavery's traditional. It's like, no, come on, let's not be silly. It might be true, but come on. Just something. Because I just like the idea, things like calling your kids, giving your kids a name, name them after a relative. Like my uncle was called Edward after my granddad, and so that was his firstborn, first male, and the first female was called Eileen after my nan. That was kind of a traditional thing to do back then. In America, they put junior on the end. We don't do that because we just don't do that here. Generally, I mean, it can be, I suppose, if someone's really famous and they've both got the same name, you'd like to say senior and junior, so you know who's who. But generally, there's plenty of juniors that no one knows who their parents were, so it's not like they're going to get confused. If my name was, let's say my dad's name was, okay, I'm not a good example, but it's say, if someone was famous and they've got the same first name as their dad, but their dad has never been famous and not known by anybody, then there's no reason for them to put junior, is there? On the end. But some people do that. I want everybody to know I'm a junior. Well, I'm not a junior. I'm not even a senior. I was named, like my oldest brother, I don't know who he was named after, but I think he was named after a member of the family. My other brother was named after a member of the family, I think. Me, I was named after a TV character. It's true. In the 60s, there was a TV show called Jason, what was it? Jason King, that's it, Jason King. I think he was like a detective, and he had this big moustache and maybe a beard, and apparently my dad looked a bit like him, and people used to call him Jason, and this bloke was a 60s womanizer, popular with the ladies, a bit of a heartthrob on TV, and my dad's friends used to call him Jason as a nickname. So that's how I ended up with the name Jason. Not named after any family members, after some TV show. That's why I decided if I ever have a kid, if I have a daughter, I'm going to call her Wonder Woman. Or if it was a boy, Bionic Man. Or the Fall Guy, because I like both. I still think that the Bionic Man, he was so handsome, wasn't he? Like, I don't know, something about him. He has such a handsome face. Iconic. I mean, can you imagine For those that don't know, it's hard to even explain the popularity of TV shows like The A-Team or The Bionic Man or Wonder Woman, Mork and Mindy. I mean, there's so many different shows that were just huge, that would have, or Dallas, that would have literally 20 million people in a country that at the time probably had about 55 million people. Like nearly half the population would be watching this TV show on a Saturday night, because we only had 3 channels. It's very unlikely to get any program on TV outside of maybe a huge royal event that's going to have that many people watch in this country. But then how big it was in America, probably had 100 million people in America watching these shows. And they'd have toys. The Bionic Man used to have a thing where you could do its eye and look through its eye, and it had self-gripping hands, I think. I might be thinking of just a normal Action Man now. But, you know, there was toys. Mork and Mindy, there was a Mork and Mindy toy and an egg. There was honestly an egg that came. I had the egg. I did. I didn't have the egg. I didn't give birth to the egg. I didn't put it out. What I'm saying, it wouldn't fit. But I think he was like, he came out of the egg, as in the TV show. The A-Team, they had action figures. Mr. T, I say obviously, but I think it's fair to say obviously the most famous, one of the most famous faces of the early 80s, Mr. T. What are you talking about, Willis? And you got different strokes, of course, then. I pity the fool. And it's like, some of these shows are so huge. And again, they have their own annuals. Like annually, they'd have a book or magazine that would come out, which would be like just stories and photographs and stuff like that. Maybe Christmas. It'd be, like really big. These were huge, huge shows. And now things seem to be big for a short time. Like the latest Netflix series, Adolescence. I've not seen it. I'm a little bit not sure if I want to watch it or not. But get huge amounts of people from around the world watch them. And then they kind of just sort of disappear because something else comes along. And yeah, I don't know, it's different now. I'm not saying it's better or it's worse, it's just different. And kind of, I used to look forward to Saturday nights because of TV, and it was quite a nice environment at home. It was fairly peaceful. It's about the only time really there was any kind of real peace would be my Saturday. Yeah, if we weren't like, if we weren't getting like told to do stuff, it was quite peaceful. On a Saturday evening, we'd sit around. My dad would fall asleep in his chair. We'd watch some movies. We've got videos out from the video shop. We'd have a bag of sweets after having had dinner, which was usually like bits and bobs, sandwiches and crisps and stuff. That'd be our evening meal on a Saturday. Be like a buffet kind of thing. I think we were allowed to eat on our lap as well while watching telly. And I think back to those days, and they were good. Some of those times were really, really good times. Yeah. I used to love the videos. You'd go into the video shop, we'd get like 3 or 4 video tapes. And it's brilliant, so good. But we would watch stuff that we shouldn't be watching. you know, like Alien and zombie flesh eaters and stuff like that, which we shouldn't have been watching, but you know, it's just the way things. That's how things were back then. There wasn't such a big issue about it. But even the TV shows, I remember I used to watch stuff because we used to video a lot of things that were on late or that went on forever, like really long stuff, like Shogun. It lasted, every episode lasted about 3 months, and I'd still sit and watch it because I just like spending time with my stepmom, and I'd just watch it and just, I think I would fall asleep. But Richard Chamberlain, who recently left us, Richard Chamberlain, I loved him. I used to watch Dr. Kildare, 83, 84. Dr. Kildare was on about 6 o'clock in the evening, 5:30, 6, on BBC Two, I think, or Channel 4. And it was like a 1960s TV show. But I loved it. I don't know, I just loved that stuff. One of my favourite shows was Mr. Merlin. And it was this bloke, it was Merlin, the actual magician or the wizard Merlin. But he was in America and he was running a car shop, or a garage or whatever. And Zachary, I remember the name, Zachary, he was his apprentice, and he was teaching him, to be a magician. It was just, or a wizard. Loved it. Loved that show. The Three Musket Hounds. One for all and all for one. That's like love all that stuff. I just feel a little bit out of date now. Just like I'm not, because TV is not really as valid as it used to be. With all the catch up and stuff, it's quite easy to miss things, I think, personally. There's that continuity is kind of gone a bit. Like with EastEnders, Coronation Street, things that I used to watch, like Casualty or Holby City, The Bill, London's Burning, things like that I used to watch really regularly when I was younger. And I don't really watch hardly any of it, which I suppose is why I'm, excited and looking forward to 2.5 hours time when Celebrity Big Brother starts. Ooh yeah, Celebrity Big Brother. Yeah, 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 yeah. So Vinny's now hassling me. I don't know why. I don't know if your treats have come through yet, Vinny. I don't know. Track parcel. Oh, that's a nice little squeak. Do you want to say hello to everyone, Vinny? Do you want to say hello to everyone? Track package. We will email you when you have an estimated delivery time. Well, it's not tracking it, is it? I ordered it on Thursday, I think. They said, so it should have been here Friday. They said, it won't be delivered Friday. We'll deliver it tomorrow. They said, we can't deliver it today. We'll deliver it Sunday. And now, am I going to get another email saying we can't deliver it today? Because they're his favourite little bone things. Oh well. So I'm going to go. Thank you for listening. Remember to be kind to yourself because you do deserve to be happy. And be gentle with yourself. You do deserve to feel safe. Billy's making his little squealing noise. You want to make another squealing noise? I think he might have heard Archie go past. Did you hear one of your friends go past? Okay, take care. Lots of love. Bye. What is it? What is it, Vin? What is it, me old pal? Me old...